It's the idea that if I don't understand the underlying concepts of what I'm learning or trying to use 100%, then I don't understand it at all, which is a really frustrating mindset to have. Or at least it was. For those who don't know, I made a giant f***off butterfly that keeps trying to kill me. Video in the description. While making it, I realised something that I hadn't acknowledged before, something that directly impacts project progress, something that, if left unchecked, can lead to project abandonment. Myself. Initially, I thought the issue came from, of all things, besides being stuck in my own video game, if you can believe it, the decision between creating my own AI system or using the popular Limbo AI for Godot. A voice in my head whispering, "Go on, build it, prove that you can." Bit of a nutcase, really. Often I find it hard to understand something unless I understand everything about it. Until all my questions are answered, it doesn't quite click. The feeling that if I don't understand how to actually make it, that I don't truly understand it, or I'm not a real game dev. Similar sentiments I'm sure we've all heard at least once before from the human embodiments of a moth trapped in a bath. I don't know. This feeling is usually amplified by a combination of inspiration from others' work, self-imposed ambition, and let's be honest, insecurity. If I rely on an existing package before it clicks, it's cheating. Or bollocks, of course, but it can be hard to recognise. But as I mentioned, this wasn't the issue, but a separate one exacerbated by the true cause. Whether you're picking the right game engine, finding the best asset, managing scope creep, or maybe something came to mind, it can make anything more difficult than it ever had the right to be. So, what is it? A book called The Phoenix Project helped me figure it out. It's about leading a project from chaos to success, or in other words, preventing your own project going into a dumpster fire. It's based on the teachings of another book called The Goal. Spoilers. I recommend reading this one to read that one, and I recommend reading that one if you want to learn the best way to walk obese kids through a forest. And I'm not even joking. The takeaway for us here and now is the concept of the goal, which is exactly what you think it is, your literal goal. What are you trying to achieve? It sounds horrendously simple, because it is, and the book even touches on that. Its simplicity is what makes it easily overlooked or forgotten. I can't tell you what your goal is. You either already know or you're still figuring it out. It could be texturing an intricate character, drawing a fan art, or popping a sick wheelie. For the sake of the video, let's just say it's creating a video game. These books explain that no matter what you do, whatever action you take should meaningfully contribute to the goal. Are the tasks you've set yourself actually a means to the end, or do they serve another, often ulterior motive? If it is the latter, then you're probably just doing a side quest. Sometimes tasks even appear out of sheer curiosity or to serve another goal you may not have realised you had. For me, because I'm constantly looking into understanding things so thoroughly, I distract myself from my goal and wander off like a lost penguin. Poor Pingu. Now, if that was the goal, all would be fine and you could go back to enjoying getting your ass handed to you in Silksong. But since my goal is to make a video game, the lines become blurred. That's when my existential crisis clicked. At the time, creating an AI butterfly seemed like a natural task. Create butterfly, design behaviour, integrate AI system, implement behaviour. But integrate AI system, a seemingly inoffensive step, poisoned by my mind, conflated two differing goals: creating a game and proving to myself that I can develop an AI system. What I had learned allowed me to step back and not only identify the obsessive tendency about myself, but also to question the intent behind it. So I asked myself, after all that, a very simple question. What was my goal? Is it to build a unique AI system? No. Is it to prove to myself that I can make an AI system? No again. Is it to make a game? Yes. Okay, great. Now we're reaffirmed. Do I need a special AI implementation? No, not really. Can I use an existing package to get me to my AI solution? Yes. Will using that AI solution move me towards the goal? Yes. Now you're either thinking this resonates with you, or this is obvious. However, when you're in a creative process, you often find it difficult to see the forest for the trees, and game dev is no different. Every idea that pops into your head feels like a big shiny red button. You just want to press it. Project 6002. Goals morph into sub-goals, and as it did for me, kind of led into analysis paralysis. When a step feels like a blocker, it's actually a signal for more attention, as if we aren't being signaled for that all the time by certain algorithms. For example, when I had a mental blockage, not that hard, between creating and utilizing, that was an opportunity to make a choice that would move me towards the goal. That's the power of blockers. Reframe them as checkpoints rather than something that physically blocks you. That signals to reaffirm your goal and adapt your journey to them. If it turned out that I did need to create my own AI system, then, and only then, would it have made sense. Until then, I would have probably just wasted my time. It's easy to mistake relegating actions to these signals for being ignorant or not forward planning enough, which it just isn't the case, trust me. For some steps, acting when you get there with enough information will help you navigate forward and make choices that make sense for where you are, not where you could be. We all have our dream game, direction, mechanics, system, style, dream open world, of course, the list goes on. And it's why managing ambition is so important. Don't mistake it for an anchor, but as a grounding force that tethers your dreams to reality. At the end of the day, if you want to go balls to the walls at every stage, go for it, mate. But just remember to manage your journey, your goal, and most importantly, look after yourself. As you're probably very much aware by now, after my existential crisis, addressing insecurities and letting the go, I went with the option that made sense for where I was at the time and focused on creating the behaviour I needed for my butterfly. Not that it listened to me in the end. Making meaningful progress is subjective. Everyone has a goal. It's about identifying what it is and deliberating on blockers as they arise. The answers aren't always obvious, nor are they the same, but they always demand that you choose between the ulterior and your goal. Deviating for too long can stall momentum, cause burnout, will unfortunately lead to project abandonment. It's important to note that if your goal calls for you to do something new, complex or manual, then it's fine because the goal demanded it of you. This is not a video about binning off creativity for simplicity. Otherwise we wouldn't have half the cool things that we do in the game development world. But it's one about staying on track. If you're still working out your goal, that's okay. Take your time, and before you know it, it'll click. And remember, one of the biggest blockers we'll ever face in any project is ourselves. But with the amount of shite you chat, I'd probably just ignore you. Whatever progress you make, whether big or small, it's still progress. So why are you procrastinating? Get back to that project you were working on, but before you do that, if you want to support the channel and the creation of content, go on over to patreon.com/DarkDax and pledge as much or as little or nothing at all. At the end of the day, I'm glad you even watched. And to see if I ever escape my own video game, subscribe for more things games, games dev, and all things DarkDax. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going back to watching some of this guy's content. It's amazing. Make sure you shut the door on the way out. Well, I am the manager of my game. What a twat.